After beating up those kids, I am ready to fight anything else like you, dog. I've heard that you killed Pikachu, and Icy. This deserves death. Anyways, let's go. Jester uses Tail Whip. Whip! Milky gets clusterfunked and decides to bite Jester, but it does no damage because he blocks it with his tail.
Milky uses Bite. Milky's forehead and nose fell off. Again.
Milky regains them.
Milky regains his nose.
Shortly after, Jester decides that he wants to prepare an attack and prepares a Dangle Whip.
Milky finds a replacement nose and
does not have a forehead. Jester
uses Run.
Jester isn't affected by this and uses Dangle Whip. Whip! Milky flops upside down but quickly gets back up with 2 damage taken.
Milky's nose falls off again and gets another replacement.
At this point, Milky just kind of wants to get rid of his nose. Jester uses Facepalm.
Milky dodges it.
Although he still has some evil essence in him, which makes him want to use Thunderbolt.
Milky uses Thunderbolt.
Jester takes 5 damage and gets his little dangly thingies all electrocuted, and he can't use them anymore. Oh me haties! My dangly thingies are gone! Where did they go? Oh! Jester uses Stomp. His legs break off, but he quickly regains them, although his right leg is now his left leg, and his left leg is now his right leg. So his legs are a bit disoriented.
Milky uses Fireball. Does 20 attack damage.
Although it makes Jester invincible for the next round, because it's an invincibility fireball. Jester uses Tail Grab. Yeah! Does 5 damage.
Milky uses Nose Pick. He only gets that ability when his nose is like this, so I guess there's a little bit of benefit. Does 5 damage. Milky's nose falls off again.
Jester regains his dangly thingies and decides that he wants to really use them today. So he decides to clip up his dangly thingies onto Milky's nose and cowabunga Milky all the way home. And it does 30 damage.
Milky uses a combination of Thunderbolt and Ice Breath to freeze
Jester.
To freeze Jester.
And electrocute the iceberg so that Jester takes some damage. Jester is now frozen in place and has 20 damage removed from him.
Jester is on critical health.
Jester cannot do anything, so the turn goes to Milky.
Milky uses Super Ultra Nose Pick because he's really mad. His nose falls off. His nose falls off a few minutes after. He may break the ice, but he does 10 damage. Jester has 5 health left.
Jester manages to sneak out of the iceberg and wants to prepare a big stomp attack for Milky.
Milky lost his nose and head.
And now he just has that. Jester uses dangling things.
but they miss. They go right through his thing and miss.
Milky uses bite.
Nom.
I don't know how he bites without a mouth, but Jester is dead! Milky decides that before the next battle, he wants to regain his nose and most of his head. What do you need?
Hey guys, we started to fix Milky after some events, so just hang tight.
Small production error. We don't have any. Okay, shoot. I don't actually have a piece for it. Oh no. Oh, wait a minute. We can use this. Okay, wait a minute. Okay.
Oh no.
His head got chopped off.
Sorry to take it so long, but we're having a few issues.
Few minor issues.
Like, we have to almost rebuild the entire level because it's destroyed. We should probably cut this part out.
I don't know how to cut a certain part out.
Okay.
Okay, I think we can rebuild him now.
Okay. But
We need to get his nose.
I got the nose piece. Okay. Hi everyone, we are sorry for
the inconveniences. As for this, I will try to get a good editing software. I actually have an outtake from a video where I tried to use editing, but we only need a 1x2.
Oh,
Put out more. How we use this? Oh my god. Okay, so we can do something like this. Okay, so let's grab this out, put this in, and use this to just do that. And now I think he's stable.
Okay, everyone, we fixed Milky. Now
We fixed Milky. Also, did you notice Jester's theme in the background while Jester was being fought? He's dead. Anyways, next up, vacuum cleaner.
vacuum cleaner! We're for your life!
I mean, all I can do is just vacuum up your shed fur. But I could vacuum up your shed fur.
I don't shed fur.
Okay, dude, you want a battle or something?
I mean, sure, I just feed a evil Joker.
I mean, yeah, that dude was kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
anyways, he
this
speaks like a pirate. Like, he's not even a pirate. Anyways, battle intrigue!
Milky uses the bite. Does 5 damage.
Does 5 damage and sets the vacuum off by 1 degree. Or a few degrees. Vacuum uses a nose job. Milky gets a free nose job, but takes 10 damage in the process.
Milky uses Thunderbolt. Bzzz. Very effective on vacuums because he's made entirely of metal.
Vacuum is electrocuted and cannot attack for the next round.
Milky uses Bite again. And then he uses Bark. Woof.
The sound bounces back Vacuum all the way to the very front, and then Vacuum quickly regains consciousness, spreading itself back to its original position. Vacuum uses Swab.
Milky lost his ear again.
Since Milky can't hear very well, he uses Thunderbolt without noticing that it's weaker. Does 6 damage and flips the vacuum all the way back, and then all the way to the very front, to the point where the bottom part, the actual vacuum part, disappears into oblivion. The vacuum has become a toothbrush. Vacuum uses brushing the nose. It was very effective, and Milky lost half of his nose.
Milky honestly wants to get rid of his nose, so he gets rid of his nose for this battle.
Don't get rid of it.
Milky got rid of his nose for this battle.
Milky uses Tail Whip. Since vacuums have no life and they're just a vacuum, the vacuum is unaffected. Vacuum uses brushing the insides. It was very effective against Milky and did 20 damage. Vacuum regains the vacuum part of itself and becomes a vacuum and not a frickin' toothbrush.
And Milky first puts his nose back, then uses nose bark. He makes a barking noise with his nose. Bark. Bark.
It wasn't very effective, but bounced vacuum back to the forwards position. Vacuum uses cleanup.
Milky found a replacement nose.
Milky loses both of his ears from the vacuum.
Now Milky looks more like a polar bear.
Or
Or a panda. Can't tell. Okay. Milky uses... Give me my ears back. I can't hear you. But that, as a distraction, then he uses bite. It does 25 damage because vacuum is distracted.
And bounces vacuum back all the way to his original position. Vacuum uses fit. Milky loses his nose, but after that, Vacuum is very fit and is now more energized.
Milky gains his nose back and then uses ultimate nose attack. Does 25,000 damage.
Milky accidentally sucks in some of the dust from the inside of the vacuum. He's so disgusted by this, he regains his ears, but he loses his nose.
He knocks off his nose because he doesn't want to smell anymore. Milky lost his tail.
But Milky quickly regains it as he jumps back into the battle.
Milky uses, I'm tired of this battle and he should die.
AKA a very strong bark.
He takes the thing somehow and then smashes it on the ground.
Since Vacuum is metal and very durable, Vacuum doesn't take any damage from this. But Milky regains his nose. At this point, it's just a running joke. Vacuum uses Sucker. Milky's balls are very groovy. And Milky uses Bark.
But after he uses Bark, he has an idea. He makes a giant mess.
He makes a giant Jester mess.
So while Vacuum is cleaning it up, he can get the final hit. Milky uses final hit and kills Vacuum, finally.
AKA a stronger bite. Vacuum jumps back up, but is shortly confumbled as Vacuum dies. eventually, no, he doesn't become a toothbrush. He just dies.
Milky is so annoyed at this point, he just wants to go to sleep.
And now there's a mess that's a vacuum can't clean up. Next up, Zachary!
Seriously, I was gonna go to sleep. I was tired. Give me 1 second to nap for a second. Okay, I'm all energized now. I'm gonna kill you.
Did you drink some coffee or something?
Maybe. Maybe not. Okay,
Eh,
fine. I
whatever.
drank.
I'm kind of jet lagged too.
I'm
I'm gonna take a quick nap. Okay, I'm back. I'm ready
Okay,
for
fine,
anything. I'm ready for anything. Okay, let's do this.
Okay, fine. I admit it. I drank 50 cups of coffee.
Zachary uses floppy ears. Milky gets jealous and is very dizzy and takes 3 damage.
I want flappy ear. Why don't my ear move? I can remove them, but why don't they move? That's not fair.
Zachary prepares his jetpack.
Let me destroy the jetpack before he can do anything.
But the jetpack is very durable and dodges the attack. Jetpack uses light blindness. Milky becomes blind for a second, and Jetpack regains its vengeance with Zachary.
Milky uses some ability that does a lot of damage, aka super duper 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 duper
Ice breath.
bark. Ice breath bark.
Zachary is frozen and takes 3 damage. Zachary cannot do anything, but Jetpack somehow finds its way out because it is so small. Zachary's head almost falls off, but he quickly regains it.
Milky freezes the jetpack.
Using Ice Breath. And Jetpack takes no damage because it doesn't have a life.
But still freezes it. It's frozen.
Zachary
frozen.
manages to break his way out of the iceberg and uses this turn to break the Jetpack out of the iceberg. Jetpack and Zachary are out, but it is Milky's turn.
Milky uses bite. And loses his nose and part of his forehead again, but quickly regains them.
Oh my god. How did this become a running joke? Zachary takes 4 damage. Or 5 damage. Zachary...
Milky takes 1 damage because of how annoyed he is and just wants a new nose.
Zachary uses Team Combo and tries to fly away with Jetpack. Jetpack takes too long to load into Zachary, and Milky takes this opportunity to use Thunderbolt.
And smash both of them apart and gets rid of the jetpack once and for all.
Although Jetpack has the ability to fly, so it comes right back on. And Zachary...
seriously? Why?
Zachary uses Super Bark.
Milky counters the move with another super bug. Woof! And loses his nose once again.
Milky decides that he doesn't want his nose. And Milky barks.
Bark.
Zachary is confused and somehow dodges the attack. Jetpack and Zachary finally manage to get onto each other and fly away. But Jetpack decides it wants to defeat Milky, especially while killing it. So Jetpack comes back and Zachary is forced to continue the battle. Jetpack uses Extreme Fly. Whoa, whoa, whoa! It crashes into Milky and confuses Milky, while also having Milky take 4 damage.
Milky is so confused that he starts running around and knocks off Zachary's head.
Zachary quickly regains his head, but can't find where his other eye goes. But he finally finds his other eye, and by the time he's done, Milky's already back.
Milky used run, and while Zachary was confused, he used no nose, no mouth bite.
Zachary loses most of his head, but he doesn't care since he can still see with his legs, because his legs have eyes. Jetpack detaches.
I don't see any legs on those eyes. I don't see any eyes on those legs.
Zachary's boy just decides to run off and leaves Jetpack on its own to defeat Milky. Jetpack uses Super Spin.
Milky dodges the attack.
Jetpack is very angry about this and uses Blinding Lights.
Milky can't see and decides he wants his nose again, but can't find it, so he decides to stick without it. Milky loses a turn because he's blind.
Jetpack is too kind and decides he wants to find Milky his nose. So he finds Milky's nose, puts it off to the side, and Milky somehow gets it on blinded. Jetpack uses Superfly.
Milky isn't very affected by this for some reason, and uses "Please make this be the final hit. I'm tired. I just fought."
AKA bite.
Yeah.
Jetpack takes 5 damage and reminds Milky that he can use some of his special attacks like Ice Breath or Invincibility Fireball. Milky is so shocked by this and forgets he has these attacks, so he uses Invincibility Fireball.
And he combines it with Thunderbolt
and
Ice Breath. So with icy electric fire, he knocks out Jetpack, and finally can sleep.
Jetpack malfunctions and finds Zachary's body, which reminds Zachary that he can regain his head and his eyes. So he does so and quickly comes back to Milky without Jetpack, although he still has to regain his eyes. So he's eyeless right now. Zachary uses Bite, but misses because he has no eyes.
Zachary has regained one eye, but it's too late because Milky used Super Bite and knocked it off again.
Somehow Zachary managed to keep his eye and decides to use this turn to put on his other eye.
But again, he is too late, and Milky uses Bite and knocks out his nose.
Milky can't find his nose, so Zachary uses Double Bite.
Milky is really annoyed by this and uses Thunderbolt to knock out Zachary by short-circuiting his electricity because he is a robot.
Zachary loses one of his eyes, but quickly regains it, and reminds Milky that he can use some of his special attacks and combine them with his normal attacks to make a super attack. Milky is so shocked by this discovery that he decides to use all of his attacks at once.
Milky uses all of his attacks at once plus special attack. It does 50 damage. Zachary is finally dead.
And his eye fell off. Oh, what's up, guys? Okay,
Bye, see you later. Peace out. Adios.
Wait a minute, no, don't end the video. We need to see some of the making at the end of the video. So I just fixed Zachary without his extra eye though. Now I gotta maybe I can.
Found Milky's nose.
Okay, put it on Milky. This is what happens after we record these videos. We have to just put Lego back together.
Also, by the way, if you like this series,
Milky, please click like and also check out Joe vs. Adams if you haven't already. Once you finish the series, please beg us to do more because I am super out of it. Wait a minute, maybe use 10 as our 10. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this video. By the way, this is part of a set. If you want to buy it, I don't know where you can find it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Bye-bye!